Hello, everyone. It's Miss Hughes. Welcome back to my outdoor classroom. I've enjoyed teaching you through these YouTube videos, and today our lesson is about theme. We're going to review theme in three of our novels, Hatchet, Out of the Dust, and The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Two questions that I want to ask today are, what does theme mean? And how do I find the theme in what I'm reading? Because authors do not come right out and say the theme of the passage is or the theme of the text is. So let's go back to the word theme. If you notice, I have me underlined. Yeah, that's a clue. I will always remember what the theme is if I can remember the me on the end of the word theme. So let's go take a look. What does theme mean? Well, theme is the message the author is trying to convey to the reader. Well, who is the reader? Me. That's me. So connect the two, me, the reader, and me on the end of theme. What message is the author trying to convey? That's a 12 powerful word, a testing word. So what is the author trying to show the reader in this text? All right, so two ways that I teach my kids to come up with a strong theme statement. The first one is, what is the subject of what I'm reading? So in Out of the Dust, what is the subject? And I'm looking for one word, I'm looking for two or three words, but not a lot of words when it comes to the subject. So in Out of the Dust, what's the subject? And this year we discovered that home is the subject, family, forgiveness. What about in Hatchet? I have to say ultimately that it is survival. Survival throughout that entire novel. Brian's survival, um, just being able to survive. And then our last novel, The Witch of Blackbird Pond, fitting in, being yourself. And a lot of you have mentioned to me that we weren't able to read this novel in the classroom, but some of you have gotten on YouTube, and there is a man on there that reads the chapter 17 through the end to you. So I'm glad some of you found that and you were able to finish that and AR test on the COVID portal. So these are our subjects of our novels. So we found the subject. Well, what do I do next with that subject once I find it? Well, the second question is, what is the author trying to teach me about the subject of this work of literature? What does the author want me to know about the subject? What's he trying to tell me about this subject that I might use in my life, that might help me in my life? So, what is Karen Hess trying to teach me about home, about family, about forgiveness? What do I need to know about home, family, forgiveness that would help me in my life? What does Gary Paulson in Hatchet want me to know about survival? What's he trying to tell me about survival? And Elizabeth George Spears in The Witch of Blackbird Pond. What does Spear want me to know about fitting in, about being yourself? So we take the subject once we find it, and then we ask ourselves, what's the author trying to teach me, convey to me about that subject? Now, that's not the only way you find theme. There are many ways to find theme. For instance, when you come up with a theme statement, for instance, if we use survival, the theme of the novel Hatchet is survival. And then you say, well, Gary Paulson is trying to teach me that you have to stay motivated and determined and positive when you're trying to survive. So after I find that strong theme statement and I write it out, because themes need to be written out in complete sentences, then you would go to your annotations. And hopefully all of you are very strong readers. All readers annotate. They take those notes. Well, what do we take notes on when we read? Well, of course, we look at what the main character says, what the main character does, how the main character feels, and his or her interactions with other characters. And we write those down because when we complete our theme statement, Our annotations will be our evidence to support that strong theme. So remember, guys, when you're reading this summer or you're diving into those reading projects and you're reading literature, you're reading poems or song lyrics, look for that theme. Look for what the author is trying to convey to me, the reader. Find the subject throughout what you're reading, and then ask yourself, what is the author trying to say to me about the subject? And of course, annotate. Use those annotation boxes and write down what your character says, does, feels, his or her interactions, and that will lead you to a strong theme. Okay, before I leave you, I want you to notice something. I thought this was very ironic this year. Here we have Out of the Dust, and Billie Jo Kelby struggled. And in Hatchet, we have Brian Robeson, struggled through adversity. And of course, Kit Tyler in The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Now, if you notice, all three of our main characters had to overcome adversity, and all three of them made it. And I thought it was very ironic that, due to COVID-19, we all have had to do things that we're not used to. We're all kind of struggling, and it's getting easier now, and we've beat COVID-19 almost, and we're going to continue to fight and be determined like Billie Jo Kelby and Brian Robeson, and also fitting into the ways that we're not used to, like Kit Tyler in The Witch of Blackbird Pond. So we too are facing adversity, and aren't you glad that we got to know Billie Jo and Brian and Kit Tyler, because they've all helped us overcome adversity. Guys, don't forget to go to the COVID-19 resources portal and continue reading. I've enjoyed being with you and talking about theme. See you guys later. Bye-bye.